Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be sharing a super simple keto recipe, but this time it's for a sweet treat, so a keto dessert. Today we will be making two different versions of keto ice cream made in a mason jar. So you literally just dump a bunch of stuff into a mason jar, shake it all around, pop it in the freezer, and then in a couple of hours you have a delicious keto dessert that I am so excited for. There is truly so many different ways you can flavor this recipe. The two kinds I'm going to make today are chocolate and peanut butter chocolate chip, because those are just two of my favorite ice cream flavors. So without further ado, let's hop on in and make us some keto ice cream. Woo, so excited. So to make this ice cream, I am using mason jars. Everyone probably has them shoved away in their cabinet somewhere. Unless you're me, you have to go to Walmart and buy a 4-pack, but you only need 2 of them. These are pint-sized mason jars. They're a couple bucks at Walmart. So let's get to making some ice cream. So first off, I am going to be using my food scale to weigh out the heavy cream in this recipe. It's just a lot easier to weigh out heavy cream. And then I'm gonna put my mason jar on top of the food scale. The first ice cream flavor we're going to be making is chocolate. So both of these recipes call for a cup of heavy whipping cream, and that is 240 milliliters. And so it's just so much easier to weigh this out. Perfect. Instead of using a measuring cup and losing some of your heavy whipping cream, I highly suggest you use a food scale. I have the food scales that I use linked down below in my Amazon favorites list, but it just takes out the hassle of having to transfer to multiple different cups when you can just weigh it out on the scale. The first ingredient we're going to add into our heavy cream is Swerve. Swerve is a sugar replacement, and it's made with erythritol. So we're just going to measure out 2 tablespoons and plop them right on in. Up next, to give it the chocolate flavor, we are going to use this Hershey's Cocoa, and it is unsweetened. Make sure you use the unsweetened version, and we're going to add in a tablespoon of this cocoa powder. Up next, we're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And what I do is I just fill up the cap of the vanilla and dump that right in. And the final ingredient of our chocolate ice cream is some of these Lily's dark chocolate chips, because chocolate ice cream is just not complete without some chocolate chips. I stuck my mason jar back on the food scale, and I'm going to weigh out 14 grams of chocolate chips. There you have it. This is going to be our chocolate keto-friendly ice cream. So I just screwed the top onto my mason jar, and this is everything you need for the chocolate chip keto-friendly ice cream. So what I'm going to do is set this aside, and we're going to make the peanut butter chocolate chip flavor, and then we'll give them a good shake and throw them in the freezer. First recipe, simple enough. Now we are going to go ahead and make our second flavor, which is peanut butter chocolate chip, which is my absolute favorite flavor of ice cream. Once again, we're going to start out with a cup of heavy cream, or 240 milliliters. Up next, we are going to add in 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. That is 64 grams. So once again, I'm going to hop on over to my food scale and weigh out 64 grams of peanut butter. And this is a very liquidy peanut butter, which is why I'm not mixing up the heavy whipping cream and the peanut butter beforehand, because I think this is so liquidy that it's going to easily mix together in my ice cream. All right, back to the recipe. We are going to use 1 tablespoon of Swerve, some vanilla extract, and like I did for the last recipe, I'm just going to do a big old capful, and that's about a teaspoon of, ooh, I just dropped the lid in there. Do you see that? This is why I should not be allowed to cook. Holy, And that is probably why you should use a measuring spoon and not the lid. And lastly, I'm gonna go in with 14 grams of my Lily's dark chocolate chips. So there you have it. In less than 5 minutes, I threw together 2 different flavors of keto ice cream. So this is peanut butter chocolate chip and this is chocolate. So what we're going to do is shake them up nice and good, and then we'll pop them in the freezer for 3 to 4 hours, and then you will have the perfect keto treat. Each jar of ice cream has 2 servings in it, so don't go overboard because remember there is a cup of heavy cream in here, and that is pretty darn calorie dense, but it is a delicious treat. So it is time to shake these things up until they just become thick and fluffy and ready to go in the freezer. So you know what that means? It's time to dance and shake these up. I don't recommend you punching your oven. That just hurts so bad. Oh! All right, my jars of ice cream have been vigorously shook. Now I'm going to throw them in the freezer and I'll check back in a couple of hours. Okay, it has been nearly 4 hours now and I just pulled my 2 ice creams out of the freezer. I'm gonna open them up and we're gonna give them a taste test. We're gonna start off with the chocolate because I'm a little bit more excited for the peanut butter chocolate chip. So we're gonna taste that one last. Let's pull off the top. And if you look inside, I don't know if this will focus, but it looks delicious. It may not be all the way frozen yet. It's still a little bit soft, but it's fine. It'll still taste delicious. Let's scoop out a little scoopity scoop. Let's give it a taste. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Holy moly. Why have I never tried this before? That is so good. All right, time for the peanut butter chocolate chip, the one I am most excited about. This one froze a lot more solid than that one. I think it just depends on where I place them in the freezer. Oh my God, that's so cold. Let's give it a try. Oh my God. That is heavenly. This is going to be a problem. I could sit here and eat both of these jars right now. They're so delicious. Both the chocolate and the peanut butter chocolate chip are absolutely to die for. Give these a try. I bet you have all of these ingredients on hand right now. Run to your kitchen and give these a try because you will not regret it. Oh my gosh. Well guys, I hope that y'all enjoyed that super easy, super quick keto mason jar ice cream that I just made. It was ridiculously easy to make and the flavor was just absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna have to restrain myself from eating that entire jar. But I can't wait to see what kind of creations y'all come up with in your mason jar ice cream. So let me know what you think you're going to make down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't done so. And I will be back again real soon with another video. Bye guys! Mwah!